Do card counting formulas really exist? One legendary story might provide the answer. William had just received his Harvard acceptance letter, but he was deeply troubled. He couldn't afford the steep tuition. When he applied for a scholarship, the dean rejected him due to his unremarkable resume. Then, during a math class, the professor posed a classic probability problem to the students. The room fell silent, but William confidently raised his hand. With meticulous reasoning and crystal-clear logic, he delivered a perfect answer. What William didn't expect was that this seemingly simple question would become his gateway to wealth. That evening, the professor brought William to a classroom where 4 other math geniuses were waiting. It turned out the professor had been using his teaching position to scout mathematically gifted students, forming a card-counting team for blackjack. Every weekend, they would head to Las Vegas to rake in the cash. Unable to resist the temptation, William chose this shortcut. The intensive card-counting training began immediately. The professor had developed a formula specifically for blackjack based on his algorithmic research. This system would calculate the remaining cards based on those already played. They also created their own secret signals. Hands behind the back meant time to cash in. Touching the corner of the eye meant wait and see, and stroking hair meant get out now. The professor's judgment proved right. What took others months to learn, William mastered in days. To test William's abilities, the professor sent him to a small casino. Everything went smoothly as William applied what he'd learned. Suddenly, a group of strangers violently abducted him. But this too was the professor's arrangement. He wanted to see if William could still remember the count under panic. William's composed response thoroughly satisfied the professor. Finally, everything was ready. Las Vegas, that intoxicating city people both love and hate. Soon, William and his team infiltrated the gambling capital with brand new identities. William demonstrated extraordinary mathematical talent with his flawless card algorithms and seamless teamwork with his partners. He moved from table to table, winning money as easily as picking it up off the ground. Back in his dorm room, he hid all the cash above the ceiling tiles. Before long, the once shy young man had transformed into a seasoned pro. At the tables, he went all out, playing bigger and bigger stakes. Countless bills piled up in the ceiling space. But the more one gains, the more one stands to lose. Obsessed with making money, William gradually drifted apart from his 2 close friends, eventually having a bitter argument that ended their friendship. Still emotionally charged after the fallout, William went to Las Vegas. This time, he made mistake after mistake at the tables, losing over $200,000 in a single night. The furious professor not only demanded he compensate for all losses, but also kicked him off the team. They completely burned their bridges. Devastated, William returned to find a letter on his door. The professor had failed him in his course, preventing him from graduating. To make matters worse, the professor had stolen all the cash hidden in the ceiling. Overnight, William lost everything. What would become of William? This gripping film is called 21.